Hey, if you want to grow your YouTube channel, this is a live Q&A with me, Sean Cannell, author of YouTube Secrets, second edition. And my passion is helping you get views and subscribers and monetize your channel. And in this stream, or if you're watching on the replay, I'm just going to be taking your YouTube questions about how to get views, subscribers, and anything very specific and tactical. We'll also cover maybe how to grow an online business or the different ways to monetize and structure the content around your channel and the business around your channel. Plus, we can talk about time management, productivity, and all of that stuff. And so if you check out time codes and chapters, you can skip around to maybe just hit the topics you want to see if you're watching on the replay. And if you're here live, shout me out where you're watching from and put 4 question marks before and after your question so it's easy for me to see. And thanks so much for being here. This is the way I like to see it. Post 4 question marks before and after, then I know it's a question, or to shout me out again where you are watching from. And I'm excited to connect today. Now, we do have a question that came in here about YouTube studio apps and what studio ads and what are the pros and cons. This is the ability to pay YouTube to promote your videos to get subscribers. So we'll come back to that in just a second. But I do want to give you a heads up. Today's stream is brought to you by vrafam.com. Right now, we have a special offer on our YouTube bundle and our YouTube membership program. And that's actually ending in about 12 hours. And so vrafam.com, if you want to check that out, I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. There's some cool stuff happening there. Okay, so let's answer this question from Artem. Thanks for the question. Let's talk about YouTube Studio ads. What are the pros and the cons? Well, that's not an official name, but essentially what you're talking about is YouTube video ads managed through YouTube Studio. So fair enough. And to clarify for anybody listening, there's kind of maybe 2 different advertising types on YouTube. One way of advertising on YouTube that I highly recommend is paid ads if you're a business owner that has a product, right? And so you're paying for, that's all the ads we watch before the videos. And it's like, go buy a Tide Pods or go buy a ticket to this concert, or maybe it's buy, go watch someone's free class or something, and it's something more related to digital marketing. We've all seen them. That's always a great idea because paid ads and digital advertising, essentially called direct response advertising, is something that is trackable. And if you're selling something, it's just a matter of, do I make more money on what I'm selling than how much I paid for the ad? And if you do, that's called ROAS, ROAS, return on ad spend. And so if you can acquire a customer or make a sale at a profit, at a positive ROAS, why not do it? Now, YouTube's also always allowed you to use the Google AdWords platform to just run ads to get views on your videos, but they recently updated it, and that's what Artem is talking about here. And this is kind of cool if you want to see a case study about this. He said that he spent $20. He got 85,000 impressions, 1,500 views on the video. I'm assuming one video. He grew his channel by 113 subs, and 1 comment, this is a good signal, left on that video suggested that YouTube was targeting the right people, or the way that he set up the ad was targeting the right people. So here's my thing, Artem, is when it comes to any digital advertising, I think that it's about measuring, and I like that you're measuring the results. We know verifiably, I suppose, that you reached at least 1 person who was like the right person for your channel. The 113 subscribers, we don't know. 112 of them might not be right for your channel, but at least 1 is. And we don't know if they're going to watch in the future or what quality of a subscriber they are, but that's a good sign, or at least a neutral sign. The views, take them or leave them. And you only spent $20. So then the question is like, how much money do you have burning a hole in your pocket? I suppose if you wanted to get like 1,000 true fans, and just because the person commented, we don't know if the person that commented is like a true fan, ride or die, lifelong, But if you could repeat this, then you could just spend $20,000 and then you would probably have, 1,000 perfect lifers that commented on your video. So that's kind of another way to look at it. Are you priming the pump to get your channel going, kind of getting the word out there? What happens next? In fact, let's also maybe focus on a YouTube analytic as we go inside of my YouTube studio here that you should be analyzing. And this is the YouTube analytic. It is called new and returning viewers. And you can look at it on any particular video, but you can also look at it on channel wide. So on Think Media in the last 28 days, I got 69,265 new viewers on September 15th, you could see here, and then 47,796 returning viewers. So new is kind of ahead there. That's also maybe a little uncommon. We have shorts going viral, so shorts are reaching new people. We might get a little too deep and geeky here, but on a net of the channel, this is an interesting stat. And so you know where I am. I'm in YouTube Studio Analytics, and I'm on Audience. Returning viewers, 863,000, and then total unique viewers, because some is 2.5 million. So I guess then that would be the delta there would be the new viewers and how many, despite how many channel views, because people watch a video more than once, right? 2.5 million. So what I'm asking you to do, Artem, is to go in and then see if those 113 subs are continuing to watch new stuff as best as you can from YouTube Analytics, then decide how much money you want to spend. And then the bigger question is like, where's this all going? Again, I'll give you my final thoughts. I think if you've got the money to spend, it's like, why not spend it? But then the question is that the best way you could spend it? And my typical advice, which I would still stand by, is I'm not a big fan of using paid ads to grow an organic audience. I think the best way to grow an organic audience is with organic YouTube videos that are reaching people on their own terms, because they're searching for a topic, the algorithm is suggesting them content. I think that if you can dial it in, like you're already thinking more strategic than most people who do this. So I think you're on the right path to maybe do a hybrid of what I'm suggesting. But for most people, I'd say, hey, just use organic content to grow your audience, and use paid ads if you have some kind of a business model. And if you get earned subscribers while paying for ads, that's actually a strategy called direct response brand building. That's one of my favorite forces in the YouTube universe and the digital marketing online business universe. So I'm always here for that. And let me know if you have any follow-up questions. Smash like if you're ready for today's Q&A. We're just getting it started. Let me know if you're sipping on anything. I got a cup of coffee out here, and I do see you shout me out where you're watching from. And I appreciate it, Derek, but I don't need question marks before and after your location. And so I might have, and Tarlin did the same thing. Are you really in Chattanooga, Tennessee? That's probably my fault. But if you've got a YouTube question, an online business question, question marks before and after, let me see it, and let me see it standing out. Hi, good to see you. Blair, good to see you. Tennessee. Is there a free background noise remover? Yes, there is. Not only is it free, but it's called the Adobe AI Audio Enhancer. And what's pretty wild about it is it will not just remove background noise, but it'll make like your on phone echoey room audio sound like this microphone that I'm on right now, if you give it a decent audio file. And decent, like, isn't it have to be that decent? So if you go to podcast.adobe.com/enhance, and we will make sure these types of resources are in the show notes, you can get access to this free, not just background noise remover, but audio enhancer. grab your file, drag it, drop it onto the enhance speech, and you're off to the races. Great question, Blair. That's the kind of cool tips that will be coming up today on these on today's Q&A. So stick around because there's all kinds of cool tools. You got questions about tools, you got questions about cameras. Let me know. We got Orlando in the house. We got Pennsylvania in the house. Also, hey, good to see you, Learn Spanish World. We have a stream coming up on Friday as well. So definitely subscribe. Although here's the problem. The subscription is, it's actually gonna be on the other channel, but I'm gonna be talking about 10 new YouTube features. We have 3-minute shorts. If you haven't heard that news, we've got a lot of other stuff coming out, rolling out for the rest of the year, including the hype feature and things like that. So that'll be coming up as well. So mark your calendars. Would love to hang out. That's gonna be on Friday. Travis, praying for you, legitimately. Looks like it would love to watch the live, but the hurricane's making landfall. We actually do have a team member in Florida. Right now, he's not in the county that's being evacuated, but we also had a team member affected, 10 days ago by the other hurricane. It's been a crazy time. So stay safe, and I appreciate you being here. Any news about YouTube courses? This is a good question. I don't think there's new news about YouTube courses, but that is a feature that is really cool that you can upload courses directly to YouTube. So if anybody here, you've thought about creating an online course, here is the detail. Courses are a way for eligible creators. So your channel needs to be monetized. In fact, and let me show you in just a second, a little back-end area of your YouTube of like the hoops that you need to jump through to qualify for different monetization. Currently, this is only being tested with limited creators. So there's really nothing to probably do to get included in that. It's not broadly available. But what you'll be able to do is create and manage courses. Courses that require payments are in limited beta, but you'll be able to do paid courses and manage them all on YouTube. In YouTube Studio, add videos to your course, add an existing playlist to your course. So this is like premium paid content on YouTube. Measure your course's performance. The big thing to consider when it comes to where am I going to create and host an online course if you aspire to do that, a membership community if you aspire to do that, is that YouTube takes a pretty big chunk, 30% of, say, channel memberships. So let's just do a thought exercise together. Imagine you work your way up to earning $100,000 a year from your YouTube channel, memberships. Obviously, you might go, that would be amazing. It would, right? Full-time, stuff's going awesome. But if you were to get to that number with members subscribed and, paying you monthly to get premium access to content on your channel, your take home from that would be $70,000. YouTube would have taken $30,000 if you got to that number. And of course, the percentage is the same. If you made $100, YouTube is going to take 30. Now, that's up for you to decide the value. I especially do think if the numbers are smaller, you might be like, hey, no headache. YouTube's handling everything for me. Everybody's already on YouTube. I don't have to think about other software. I don't have to worry about it. Is it worth it to you? It's not worth it to me. I would, even if, YouTube, when I should say they broadly release that, I would still recommend you consider investing in a different, product or solution. Like, I think if you go to thinkkajabi.com, you can get access to what we use. We'll post that in the comments and in the description if you want to do a free trial of the software we host our online programs on, called Kajabi. So if you go to thinkkajabi.com, if you want to try it out, you can get a free trial. And Kajabi is Kajabi. Now, the pricing of Kajabi is as little as $55 a month. and as much as $319 a month if you were to pay annually. But think about that. If you made 6 figures in your course, well, number one, they're not taking a percentage of your course regardless. But if you had, and you don't need the highest level, but even if you did and you paid annually, that's going to be $319 times 12. It would cost you $3,828 to have unlimited landing pages and marketing email. By the way, to have actually way more stuff, you're getting email marketing, landing pages. You could have 100 different online courses and products, 100 different funnels. You could grow to 100,000 contacts. You could have 20,000 active customers. You could build 3 different websites. You might say, why would I? Well, by the way, this is like the version that's way bigger than you need. You'd have all their AI features. You get access. Okay. This isn't a pitch for Kajabi. It's just comparison to like, and that would cost you $4,000 a year if you built up to like a 6-figure income. And then essentially, I mean, by that time, I'm sure you'd have other expenses, but theoretically, maybe not. You would keep $96,000 a year, and your overhead would be your SaaS solution called Kajabi. You're using YouTube for free content, and then you're telling people about your stuff, and then they could join you over there. So I'm just comparing. YouTube's going to take 30%. I mean, I guess there's no risk, so that's why you might start there. There's no risk because you can sell as many products as you want, and they only take money if you actually sell something. But again, another way to look at it would be the low end of software like this. And there's other solutions. We just love Kajabi. I've actually got to meet, they've had a couple different CEOs. I got to meet their CEO at VidCon. I know a lot of different staff that works there. I knew the founders originally. They're kind of the A1. There's other things like ClickFunnels and stuff, which is not even on the same level as far as like how many developers and like the quality of the product. So I always like to think about the roadmap of a company. So it's just a good company to bet on. There's a conversation for another day to maybe compare to the different platforms. But at the $55 a month, 55 times 12, that's $660 a year. So if you're just joining, we're talking about the opportunity to host online courses on YouTube, just like you have channel memberships on YouTube, which is really cool, but you give YouTube like 30%. So if you do the math, there's a lot better solutions out there in the world. We're also doing Q&A. So if you have a question, let me know. Izzy Academy AI says, if you have a significant membership size, it would be better to use a tool like Circle to manage the community and payments. Yeah, Circle is awesome. Circle is is what we do use for a lot of aspects of our program. Right now the doors are open to the best offer we've ever done on our program, which is called our Video Ranking Academy membership. And if you haven't seen the details about this, we are not just offering Video Ranking Academy, but we have our Niche Finder course and our Camera Confidence course and our Video Creation Made Simple workshop and YouTube Shorts Masterclass. The session downloads, which were from our 5-day challenge. We have just a whole stack of really incredible resources. And then we also just added, you're getting a ticket to our YouTube Money Secrets event. This is coming up November 8th. I can't wait for this. One of the things that, whether this is right for you or not, I'm glad you're watching this stream, because this is a strategic time right now to be going all in and creating smart content. Why? Because we're going into 4th quarter holiday shopping, online shopping. Let me share some stats on that in just a second. But if you create strategic videos right now with affiliate links, one of the things, if you post Amazon content, is Amazon has what's called 24-hour tracking cookies, like a digital pixel cookie, not like a Otis Spunkmeyer chocolate chip cookie. Okay. So if you make a video about something, like you just make a video about a science fiction book, it's like, how many of those are you going to sell? And you're going to make like 20 cents off it. But if somebody watches your booktube, they watch your video, they click your link, for the next 24 hours, anything they buy on Amazon, you get credit for. So this is actually why I, in the last 30 days, sold press-on nails, pickleball grip tape, and dog toothpaste. I go in my back end and I'm like, where am I getting, these sales? And USA Today said holiday shoppers are expected to shop online this season in record numbers. So right now, this is a very strategic time to be making strategic videos. What we would argue for is ranking those videos in search for all kinds of topics. It doesn't actually mean you need to make like a Black Friday video. It's just a video people would want to watch anyways, because they might just be like, what is the best Halloween costume for my dog? Cool. They watch your video, they click the link. That's probably not going to still get clicked on in November. It'll get clicked on right now. That's an interesting idea. Does your dog need a Halloween costume? But like, they might like snow scrapers. Like you have a car maintenance channel or you just have a car channel. You're like winterizing your vehicle video. So people are going to watch that all November and December, depending on where they're living. And if they're watching the video, clicking links, and then they're doing their holiday shopping, so then they buy the PS5 and they buy a camera for their son who's about to go to film school, you get the idea. So this is why right now is really time is of the essence. So anyways, if you are interested in this, just so you know, there's only a few hours left to get all the bonuses, vrafam.com. There's a link in the description. And our goal is that it's your best year ever in your business and on YouTube. And then we also have an annual plan with a couple extra bonuses. So we have our Steal Our YouTube Playbook PDF, which is really cool. And then we have our YouTube channel audit. If you want a YouTube channel audit and an action plan from one of our Think Media coaches, that's all included. And if you do the annual, we've got a 30-day money back guarantee. So you could totally try this out risk-free, all good. vrafam.com if you're interested in any of that. And so super excited. But whether that's right for you or not, let's talk strategy. We are in October 9th. Couldn't have been a better time for you to join this stream to start getting ready for your holiday game plan in terms of, crushing. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I have a Vocaster 2 Rode Pod mic, and an MX Brio webcam. If I upgrade equipment, will I actually see a difference? Will the audience even notice? That's a great question. Well, the MX Brio webcam, if you upgrade your webcam, they'll really notice. Like, there's a big difference between webcams and like a proper camera. I'll tell you why. Because a webcam, number one, is going to be the sensor size. It's a tiny little sensor. So let's see like sensor size comparison. So if we look at different sensors, the sensor size of a webcam is probably similar to the sensor size of a phone. Look at over here on the right side of the screen. Tiny little sensor. That's where the data and the image is created. Okay. So way on the right side, drone might get a little bit bigger depending on the drone. Then we get into a micro four thirds. That's going to be some Luminex cameras, GH4, GH5, other ones. Then you get into APS-C, which is a very common and good place to hang out. And then full frame is for fancy people. So APS-C is what I'm on right now. So this is an APS-C sensor on this Sony camera that you are viewing me on. That's one reason why this shot looks pretty cool. Now I'm using StreamYard. I think that's a good point to like, StreamYard is not going to convey the tippy top quality because it's really easy to use. It's web-based, but there's other ways I record here. Like sometimes I use Camtasia to record, or I record straight to an SD card, but there's a reason why, and I get the blurry background. So there's two big things here: sensor size and then lens. So if we go back to your webcam, a lot of times if you zoom in or whatnot, it's going to be digital zoom. The lens is just a little tiny guy, right? That's just a little tiny guy in there, you know? And in fact, it even tells us an 8.5 megapixel sensor. Okay. but it's all good. So, I mean, but if you were to upgrading to a proper mirrorless camera is going to be like life-changing in terms of the image quality. This over here is also a Sony camera, and we got lens choices. This over here is also a Sony camera. And then you can start thinking about like actually zooming based on the lens optics and not digital zoom. Do you need to be this close to my 4X chin here? I don't think so. Do you need to be right here? I don't think you need to be here, but if you wanted to be right there, you could. So in answer to your question, I think that the Rode Pod mic is that's probably not going to change much, like audio quality. That's great. But the biggest bang for your buck in terms of image is going to be your camera upgrade. But my final thing would be this. Is your audience going to actually see a difference? Will they notice? They may or may not, especially depending on your niche. Because our big ethic here at Think Media is content value is more important than production value. That's number one. Number two, what is the expected content quality for your niche? So I actually do think that at Think Media, video production quality matters. Because think about it. It'd be kind of like if we had a fitness channel and you're like, here's how you get in shape. And you're not in shape, like no muscle definition, got kind of a beer gut. I'm going to show you how to get a six pack. You lose credibility instantly. Like, bro, you don't even have a six pack. Like, what are we talking about? But the key there would be like, don't start a fitness channel. You know what I mean? Start a beer review channel. They'd be like, dude, he looks right for the part. That guy drinks a lot of beer. Like you could just, so ultimately what's expected quality for the niche, just like maybe the expected look of someone that's going to teach fitness should look the part. The expected look of someone who's going to teach video should look the part. And the nice thing about video production is it's always, especially audio quality, is it's always more pleasing to the audience. But if you're like, one of my favorite things about YouTube is like, if you know how to use like WordPress or Excel or Python or JavaScript or something like that, like watch this. Let's look up like a, or Microsoft Word. Let's look up like a Microsoft Word tutorial. Okay. And look at, this was 2 years ago. All right. 13 minutes, 277,000 views from a place called Skills Factory. I think this is AI voice. There is no person on camera, so that you don't even need a webcam. They're capturing the screen. Now it is 4K screen capture, so that's nice. If we zoom this in, that's pretty crispy. So that's, you know, do you have the ability to capture screen? It's pretty easy to do. There's different software to do. They voice over, they show you how to do some stuff in Word. 277,000 views. Wow. Let's go over to Gemini and ask what they think. Hey, Gemini, what do you think the RPM of a video on Microsoft Word is on YouTube? Like how much of an RPM range for the views they're getting? And how much would a video that got 277,000 views earn in YouTube ad revenue? And then give me one other number and the range of how much would a video that got 1.7 million views earn in ad revenue? Let's see what old Gemini said. I was using the voice record feature in Gemini while I was talking out loud. So it's saying it can't really give us an exact RPM. It's going to be based on the audience, the niche, the time of year, ads shown. Typical RPM is between 50 cents and 10. So let's assume an RPM of 3. Fair. Okay. Estimated earnings on the 277,000 viewed Word tutorial would be $831. And then the 1.7 million viewed video is $5,100. Important notes. These are rough estimates. YouTube takes a cut. Well, are we talking RPM though? Because that's after YouTube's cut. By the way, CPM is before YouTube's cut. RPM is after. So That's 5,100 in your pocket, take home. From a Microsoft Word for Beginners complete tutorial, the person is not even actually on camera at any time, and they just teach through the software. Welcome to the creator economy. Smash like if you're getting value out of this video. All right, so that's what I'd say. I'd say, like, do you even really need to upgrade your gear? And let me challenge you this for everybody watching this. Come on and let's think about some takeaways. It's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. How can you get fiercely focused on making money-making videos over the next 3 to 6 weeks? And how can you make as much money as possible so that you can buy whatever gear you want? Because I'm all about upgrading the gear. But use what you have right now to create some income tomorrow so that you can buy whatever gear you want the next day. Might take more than 3 days, but you get where I'm at, you know, with some of that stuff. I'm having fun. Okay, Gina, I'm relaunching my channel with a slightly different brand after a decade, I know. Should I hide all the old videos? Well, the confusing term for me is the word slightly. If the brand is only slightly different, you might not need to. This is entirely up to you. I guess your options are this. Leave the videos up to show your journey. Private the videos to have a fresh start, maybe a fresh brand, maybe a fresh look. You might do that not because it's good or bad, it's because it's personal preference. I just kind of want, it's the new era. And I would hide them. I would not delete them because you want to keep that history. And then, but if you are second guessing the word slightly and you're shifting from Microsoft Word tutorials to marriage counseling advice, then you should hide the old videos, which brings us to the next tip, which depending on how big your channel is, Gina, if you were teaching Microsoft Word tutorials and you got a couple thousand subscribers and now you're teaching marriage advice, you might want to consider starting a different channel or just realizing that all the people that subscribe for the Microsoft Word tutorials, they'd be like, why? I mean, it's cool. Gina probably knows what she's talking about, but like, why is she? I'd keep that in mind as well. If I have enough time to push out short and long videos, should I try to do so? No, I wouldn't. I am going to make some assumptions here. Just because you have time, what I would do is I would push out better and more long form videos, and until, and I'm making an assumption, until you don't just have excess time, but you have excess money. So I would say, what is the shortest? So the questions we would ask are, what is the shortest path to revenue on my channel? And it doesn't have to be ad revenue, but it could be, right? How can I then get a consistent amount of ad revenue every month so that I have not just more time margin, but financial margin? Once I reach a certain milestone of financial margin, maybe I expand my strategies. So let's keep talking to Gemini here. Gemini, what is the 80-20 rule and focusing on the important and ignoring the vital few? Can you summarize that? Let's check this out. So this is kind of the framework I would apply. So, oh, you're close. I wasn't quite right. So I'm glad I'm asking. So this is called the Pareto principle. And it says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts, which also could include 80% of your sales come from 20% of your customers. 80% of your problems are caused by 20% of the issues. And on a YouTube channel, post 100 videos. Anyone who's like mature on YouTube will tell you 80% of my YouTube ad revenue comes from 20% of my uploads. If I posted 100 videos, 20 of them have earned a lot more than the other ones. And if you've posted YouTube shorts and long form videos and you're successful at both, well, it's not even the 80-20 rule. You're like, 99% of my revenue comes from long form and 1% comes from shorts. So the big idea is focusing on the vital few. The 80-20 rule encourages you to identify the vital few inputs that are responsible for the majority of your desired outcomes. And by focusing your energy and resources on those key factors, you can achieve maximum impact with less effort. It sounds like you might be thinking about the idea of prioritization, where you focus on the most important tasks and let go of the crucial ones, less crucial ones. And so I would do that if I was you. It would be less about just because you can doesn't mean you should, but it's also a big question of there are shorts channels like that are their particular target audience and their particular content format. So let's just take a step back for all of us that are on the stream or replay. Just ask, what is the vital few, the most important needle movers related to your channel, your niche, the topics, the content formats? And a lot of us, half of you on here right now, shouldn't be trying to run a video podcast, upload 10 vertical videos every week and do long forms. Like, you're probably doing too much for the season you're in right now. So what are the vital few to focus on now that are going to produce more time and money for you in the future? We just did a challenge, and this way of thinking is how time multipliers think. Time management is a bad idea because managing time is kind of a misnomer. Can you really manage time? It's happening no matter what. Time management sometimes is just, how do I be fiercely efficient like a robot? It's exhausting. Time multipliers think differently. Time multipliers think, what could I do today that's going to make tomorrow better? And that's a big theme. That's why our ethic is Video Ranking Academy. At vrafam.com right now, what we teach inside of Video Ranking Academy is how to make videos that get views and make money for years after you post them. That's it. And if you master that, which, let me be clear, shorts are like 2%. We like shorts, but the big ethic is make high quality, strategic, long form videos that get views years after you post them and earn you passive income. We teach a 7-step process. And it's a vital few mindset. This is an 80-20 rule mindset. That's the 7R system that we teach. So anyways, if you want to learn more about that, vrafam.com, I would start there. And I would start with mastering those 7Rs and maybe do shorts later in the future. Just shy of 10K subs. How do I get this growing faster? I got a couple pieces of advice for you. The stacking surfer. Well, one, let's check out your channel. Good job. Okay, so this is about gold, money, personal finance, silver's value, gold's value. Okay, I like it. I like it. So one, this might sound like a funny first piece of advice. Let's go high level and then let's go tactical. My first piece of advice, actually, because I just kind of want everybody to hear this, is actually just be patient, because you're going to get there. Like, I know we all want to go faster, and I know you want tactics, but can we all just take a deep breath and celebrate the journey and acknowledge whether you have 2 subscribers, 200, 2,000, or 9,560, like the stacking surfer does. Really acknowledge what you've accomplished. You've been posting videos, you've been getting out of your comfort zone, you're doing way better than you think, you're probably way too self-critical, and you've come, you know, sometimes we feel in this tension, we forget how far we've come because we're so focused on where we want to go next. And let's go a little bit deeper, because you just got 480 subscribers in the last month. You're going to be at 10,000 almost no matter what you do in 30 days. So sometimes it's math with a channel as successful as yours. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, and I understand the question. Well, how do I actually go faster, Sean? But like, sometimes it's like, and think about that. You have 10,000 people that are following you. Like, what is this YouTube opportunity even? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a small town kid, college dropout. I grew up on 6 acres in Arlington, Washington. I touched my electric fence one too many times. It's probably why I am the way I am. I had a horse named Little. Little bit me multiple times because my parents got Little from a traumatized horse farm. And Little was always a little bit toxic and on edge and probably shouldn't have been around children, but they bought the horse anyways. And so I'm traumatized now by little, and I am sad for what that horse went through, but I'm more sad for my own personal pain. And when I think about how far I've come, the fact that I'm sitting in a home office talking to a camera, getting to hang out with you, that I make a full-time living, that I employ other people now because of a free platform called YouTube, where I can share my message and inspire and help, and that you can do the same, stacking silver, and almost 10,000 human beings. As of this day, I feel like the population of Arlington, if you look it up, is 6,000 people. Kyle can fact check that on the background. If you add up all our numbers, we have like over 4 million subscribers on our channel. So what's the point? Just kind of like settling in. I'm going to get to tactics, but if you're watching this, wow, look at this amazing universe and the internet that exists and the opportunity that's out there. And if you're having as much success as you're having, you're going to get there. Just keep going. Just keep planting little seeds, one video at a time, one strategy at a time, and you'll be shocked by how far you go by staying consistent. Okay, Sean, but give me a break, dude. I don't care about your farm story. Talk about how to, grow my channel. Well, number one, success leaves clues, make part twos. So study your best performing videos and think about how you can learn from them and maybe redo videos like those, So a lot of times if you're doing trend surfing, I can see that. That's super interesting. I think we could go through some of the strategies we teach inside of Video Ranking Academy. You could write these down. Answer specific questions. Some of these videos won't get as fast as views, but like, what are just the specific questions related to like gold? Like, have you made a video like how to buy gold with an affiliate link to the exchange or whatever? How to buy gold? Might seem, and then you might get a little more, we say specific, gold and silver, bars, coins. So let's go how to buy gold. Let me just search your channel and see if you hit this one. So how to buy gold right. It looks like you've all done shorts. How do you spend gold bucks? Now, I just want to encourage you. Why haven't you made this video though? Like this is, and this is why in the first session of our challenge, we talked about answer simple, stupid, specific, strategic videos. Because imagine if you ranked for how to buy gold, like Rob here, or like 2 is 1, or like, and that's the dream of Video Ranking Academy. And then imagine if you had videos like that, you had like 100 of them. Then it's also, that's why we get like 24,000 subscribers every single month on Think Media, not because we post new videos, because I've been committing to this video ranking thing for so many years. That's answer specific questions. You also could do like, review specific products. And in your case, it'd be like gold exchanges, maybe. So like gold exchange, is that a thing? I should buy more gold. More gold? I don't have any gold. I got some gold. My wife bought some. She's buying these coins from Costco. When Costco sells gold, it sells out fast. Side note, Costco gold, make that video. I bet you they're hot. Costco gold. Yep, the Costco gold bar, man. These Costco videos. Costco reportedly sells 200 million in gold bars monthly. Yeah, my wife bought a lot of them. Here's why Costco's 1 ounce gold bars sell out fast. That's some trend surfing for you. What am I even talking about though? But look at these, 25,000, 58,000. So, different topics. I'm distracted. Okay. So that's but an exchange. So what's like a gold or precious metals exchange? Let me ask Gemini just for help here. Hey, what are the different ways I could buy gold online? Is there like websites, gold ETFs? Is there apps? Is there anything new like Robinhood where I could buy gold, like different apps and things like that? So online gold dealers, companies like AppMext, and I know you know this, but like none of us do. So all of us watching this stream are like really having fun. E-Trade. Okay, so then you go review specific products would mean like APMEX versus JM Bullion. 2 different things compared, last person to do this did it 6 years ago. Looks like somebody here, discover which gold dealer offers best. That's a smart deal there. Didn't get a lot of views, but I wonder, there's probably a lot of things they could have done better, but I wonder if this link is an affiliate link here. Okay, so they hit you to like a very sketchy blog, the worst blog I've ever seen. What are these logos? Hey, welcome to this I'm about to spend my money on gold. There's a trustworthy website. Facebook logo. It's not even Twitter anymore. It's X now. And then you get down to here, which this is probably an affiliate link. Yep. And there it is. Whatever this is this is nice. I trust this, but my path to get there was through like the sketchiest scam. So there you go. So, we go through, we have like 16 of those like fundamental strategies to master. Answer specific questions, review specific products, teach specific skills, trend surfing, influence surfing, react videos. It goes on and on. So I think it's identifying the season. Oh, cool. Thanks for the population update. 21,000 is the population of Arlington, Washington, where I grew up on 6 acres, being with my horse and my goat, Nanny Goat, who also like headbutted with her horns my cousin Steven and flew him into the air, like literally toppled his. It was like wild on our farm. I mean, just absolute pandemonium and chaos. We went through so many dogs. Dogs die all the time on the farm. I am so sorry for trauma. They just did. Like, we didn't get them fixed. They'd be in heat. They'd be out like chasing all the other dogs from the neighboring farms. And then we'd go find their body on the side of so I laugh when I'm really sad. That's like a true story. Dingo was my favorite dog. Where are we at? 22,000 people in Arlington, and you have on your gold channel half the population of the town I grew up in. So anyways, do you even need to grow faster? Just keep growing smarter, slow and steady wins, and apply the strategies we just talked. And anybody watching this, you can apply those strategies. There's so many cool ways you can grow faster. Okay. Today, it's going to get a little unhinged here. Arlington, it was a good childhood, kind of. I did not fit in high school because I wasn't good at football. I was actually like anti-good. It was just bad. And so if you were like ripped and you had a sick raised truck and you were on the football team, that was like the cool kids. And I kind of went like skater. I just really was so insecure in high school and I like wanted to fit in and stuff. And my horse is biting me at home and Nanny Goat is, headbutting my cousin. My childhood, I don't know. I got some good memories, but yeah, I mean, it was nice growing up in the country. Arlington, Washington, Arlington, WA, Arlington, Washington, an hour north of Seattle or so. So, anyways, let's answer more questions. If you're just joining, my name is Sean Cannell. I help people grow YouTube channels. Wrote a book with my friend Benji called YouTube Secrets. And we're talking about how to get views, subscribers, and grow on YouTube. We've already been having a lot of fun. And today's stream is brought to you by vrafam.com. We are about to close the doors to one of the coolest offers we've ever made. Besides our core membership program, which is either a monthly or annual membership program, we're doing a YouTube Secrets money event with all these updated financial strategies because it's a strategic time of the year. That's happening November 8th. You get a ticket to that event. We have a Steal Our YouTube playbook. We're doing all these case studies from our channel, all the split test results and a lot of stuff we've learned and campaigns and some cool funnels and money-making video ideas. Video creation made simple workshop, a lot of other cool stuff. Just want to encourage you, hit the link in the description or go to vrafam.com, vrafam.com before the deadline. And the bonuses really do expire and go away. And at the time of watching this, you might have 16 hours or something. In fact, if you go to the website, there is a countdown clock, and that is that's a real deadline. 17 hours, 2 minutes, and 11 seconds at this exact moment. You can see everything that you get in this offer and whatnot. So just heads up, don't want you to miss out on this. If you're wanting to get serious about YouTube, if you're ready to start and grow a successful YouTube channel, and you want not just a step-by-step playbook to do it, but you also want a private group and support from myself and our Think Media faculty, and you want to be around like-minded, ambitious, creative entrepreneurs and content creators, vrafam.com. Definitely check it out. And here we go. Bill says, I have an idea to do sneaker unboxings twice a month, mini docs on sneaker related content bi-weekly, and sneaker deals 2 shorts a week, pushing out 2 videos weekly. Any tips you can recommend? Well, Bills, if you're not doing that full time, I could recommend maybe that's pretty ambitious. I mean, 2 a month. When you say mini docs, like, which is a number one phenomenal idea, like tips is that is a great idea. Like high quality long form videos. Like here's a video that I is on my watch later list. It's about how Stussy influenced like every cool streetwear brand that's like developed influence right now. And so like this video, what do we mean by a documentary or a high quality doc? Is this video is 31 minutes long. All this B-roll, this would be fair use content. All this fair use content, pulling clips from around. This guy's shooting a couple different things as he narrates through this. He's editing himself in places. You can see this is like, you know, real high quality stuff, screenshots, sneakers. So I guess my point is I'm guessing, and this channel probably has a team, but there's no reason why you can't do something like this as a solo creator. It's just, if you try to do 2 of these a month, 1 of these a month would be ambitious as a team. And you don't have to take it to this level to succeed. But do you see what I mean? Like when I think about what you're proposing, I would say that, what did you say? A mini bi-weekly. I don't want to talk you out of hard work. But if you're going to do a mini doc on sneaker related content twice a week, unboxings twice a month, deals twice a week. But hey, by the way, hit me in the comments. Or you're like, bro, I have 10 people working for me. Like, what's your situation? Like, do you have a full-time job? Are you financially independent? Like, how many hours a week do you want to work on YouTube? What's your vision? Because that's the immediate thing that hit me was like, just don't do all of that stuff. Like maybe do less, especially at the start. And then I would say go through this phase though. I do think there's power to doing quantity first. Here's the formula. It's quantity first, then it's quality, and then it's both. That's the 3 steps. So at the start, yeah, do shorts, do the sneaker sale. Do maybe a quicker, because I know what I just showed you. It's like, if it's like a quicker story or documentary mini doc, yeah, do the stuff. Like, because the more testing you get out there, the first step in all of our journeys, if you're early on in YouTube, should be quantity, because you don't even know what quality is yet. You don't know what has resonated yet. And you still have a lot of skills to learn. So season 1 is really kind of more about practice and testing and feedback. And so quantity at the start. Then you might shift to quality, which I would say this particular channel with 1 million subscribers, by the way, has identified, I'm sure, it's kind of a good point here too. Look at the approach of this channel. There's only 10 videos on the channel total. There is 6 shorts and 4 long form videos. This whole channel is a quality approach. And it looks like they think their baseline will be about 1 million, but over here, this got 6.4 million, but I don't know who this person is. There's clearly something happening here and like where they came from. Stories about objectively cool stuff that everybody should care about. Stories though, and his most recent one, yeah, I mean, he's tapping into trend surfing, Stussy. He's hacking all the different, you've got Palace and Supreme on there, and you know, these other brands, Off-White. So anyways, let me see if you gave us any feedback, if you're still here, because I am curious. I don't know if you're still here. Do less. There's your big takeaway. But quality, you know, quantity at the start, then go quality at stage 2. And then I'm assuming money's coming in, because now you can really focus in on your money makers. And then you delegate editing. And then you hire a virtual assistant to help you research your next thing and like help you outline your video. And then you're able to produce more quantity while maintaining quality. Smash like if you're having fun today. All right. Do LiveStream watch hours count towards 4,000 hours of your requirement for getting monetized? They do, if you leave your live stream public. So just don't private it and stack up those watch hours. A day in my life vlogs have been getting a lot of traction lately. Should I keep the same title, day in my life, or variations? Yeah, I think variations. I think when it sounds like you're getting a subscriber base, and then you might get some suggestions from other people who like your stuff. And success leaves clues. So a cozy day in the life of a billionaire. These are also some different stories. Let's go day in the life vlog. Spend a summer day with me, and then day in my life vlog. So that would be called also like a nested keyword. What is a nested keyword? Well, day in my life vlog is the consistent thing that's in the title. And then the first part is a little descriptor of what happened that day. What is it? So spend a summer day with me, day in my life vlog. Meeting the parents, day in the life vlog. Santa Monica Pier, getting ice cream, day in the life. See what I'm saying? So that would be, you're kind of anchoring it. And that also is a way to, maybe there's also something different you do on your channel. Totally different title. Doesn't say day in the life vlog. So I think variations, and you could anchor it with that nested keyword phrase, which, as a deeper tip, Melissa, you know, sometimes people ask, because we talk so much about like search-based content or education channels and Video Rake It Academy, but the 7R system works for any channel. And what vloggers should consider is that travel locations are something people search for, that certain stores or brands are something people search for and look for, that maybe certain experiences or challenges are something people search for. A challenge of like, I did a social media fast. Social media fast for a day. Like, how hard is that? But like social media fast, day in a life vlog. And so you could be jumping on trends and brands and places and things. And people are always asking us, like, how do I get discovered and grow when no one's following me yet or no one knows me yet? Well, what do they know? Well, something's trending. Fall outfit shopping. Carhartt beanie. Pumpkin spice latte. Day in the life vlog. Appreciate you. All right. So Unfinished and Unstoppable says, my sound is jacked up on my iPhone. Video quality is terrible. My iPhone is always 1,000 degrees and pouring radiation and EMFs throughout my whole house. I don't know how many more weeks we have to live. And so that's my situation. But I have an iPhone 14 and a cheap $20 media mic. So I'm guessing, okay. What's actually kind of funny though, is let me just encourage you. It's probably a settings issue. If the $20 microphones, we've recommended them. We have talked about them, but here's what we always say. You get what you pay for. And that is like how much a Happy Meal at McDonald's costs right now. So like $20, you know, it's not what it used to be. So I'm guessing the on phone microphone would probably sound better than your $20 lavalier mic. A. B. We do have a YouTube channel. Best budget microphone think media. There's a search term for you. If you hit up our YouTube channel, best microphones for YouTube under $100. I'll make sure that link is in the description. I'll drop it in the chat right now. Yeah. That's what you want to hit that one up. That's where we want to be. Best microphones for YouTube under $100. Link is in the chat. That's the move. I would hit that and upgrade your microphone or use the onboard microphone. And then 2, make sure you're shooting 1080p or 4K and make sure you got good lighting or that's actually, let's go back to Think Media. Let's see like video filming tips. It's kind of like a settings. I'm sure we have this. Kyle could tell me. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this one. 10 amazing iPhone videography tips. This is an old classic from Omar El Takori. Essential. Because that's a good iPhone. And there's no reason the quality should not be good on your iPhone. Those 2 videos, that's the next move. And I think we can really help you there. Lotus, Sean, do you have an updated tutorial on the Canon M50 which shows how to use it with StreamYard? You're in luck. I do. Well, are we talking about Canon M50, the first one? So what you're going to want to do, actually, let me give you the tutorial right now. You want the Canon streaming software. And it's called the EOS webcam utility. Compatible cameras. Let me just refresh myself. Yeah, right here. Look. USB cable not included. Wireless feature. Okay, so this is the tutorial. You're watching the tutorial right now. I mean, it might be a little more complex than that, but you're going to go to usa.canon.com. Just Google this, the EOS Webcam Utility Pro. Download for Mac or Windows. Select your computer. Get the software. Okay. And then actually, for help, EOS Webcam Utility Think Media. There's another video. Come into your YouTube description. And .2.0 is out, so that's the one. Use your Canon camera as a webcam. That's the video you're going to watch. It'll walk you through it step by step. That's coming to you in the comments as well as in the description if you're on the replay. And then lastly, that'll walk you through it, but you do want to make sure you have a USB cable. And let me just give you some tips. The speed of that USB cable, the quality of that USB cable probably is not that big of a deal because we're not talking about too intensive of a workflow here. But it can be an issue if you're like, it's not working. If like you just, like if you ever plugged in a USB-C cable to your phone, it's like not charging because not all USB cables transfer data and power the same or speeds the same. So you don't need anything too fancy, but you might need a cable, and it'll also go through some other things. You might need a dummy battery. So what you'd be doing is you'd be like Canon M50 dummy battery so the camera doesn't die. It's called a dummy battery. So you're going to pick that up for $15. Canon M50 USB cable. You probably already have one, but maybe you also want it longer based on where it is. Yeah, it's probably a micro. Yeah, this is the Mark II, 3 feet. Maybe you want a 6-foot cable. Here's a 6-foot one, so that's $7. So then that goes into your Canon M50, goes in your camera. You get the software installed. Boom, now it's a webcam. Then you might want like a stand. Check out our channel, Think Media. We'll walk you through it, and we've got those links for you. That's the way to do it. And then that becomes a source for StreamYard. And I'm glad you're talking about Stream. StreamYard just updated. They can do 4K local recordings now, which is kind of cool. We use StreamYard to record our video podcast, like not just for me going live right here, but when I interview somebody virtually for my video podcast. So if you're interested in doing something like I'm doing right here or doing a video podcast wherever you are in the world remotely, then we've got a complete StreamYard tutorial. We got one that was about a year ago. I just dropped that one as well. Nolan did that. It's good. Check that out. We got you with the tech. Okay, I wanted to create an oldies music channel, but how would I go about doing this? Well, number one, you might run into some copyright issues. Number two, you might run into some opportunities because some of the stuff might be public domain. I think there's a massive opportunity to do stuff like you're talking about, especially when you go a little bit older. So like, look at the search terms here. Oldies music, 50s and 60s. So let's check this out. Let's get this down. So, okay, you got hit songs here. Now, you know what might be really interesting about this channel is I wouldn't be surprised if like they're getting the ad revenue off this, because if it's 50s, 60s, and 70s, it might be Elvis though. So then that's my final disclaimer for you. You might be able to get the views, get the subscribers, have fun, archive, share your music, do some stuff. Look how creative they were here. They just combined some B-roll with the song. So it's kind of like entertaining because people will throw this thing on their TV, right? Play this. They got the greatest oldies hits. And then you're like, oh, cool. You have drone footage and helicopter footage. Wow, what a mix. You got people coming over. You're dancing to Elvis. You're flying over the trees. That's a night. Crack open an iced tea. Cheers. But you might not make any money. It might go to the Elvis Foundation of the rights owner of the Elvis, people that own his music and still own it and have renewed the copyrights and stuff like that. It might be going to those types of people. And that's what you're going to get if you're making stuff with other people's content, specifically music. Music is a minefield for copyright, more so than other stuff. But if it's like a hobby, whatever else, then that sounds a lot of fun. And that's kind of how I would do it. Lotus, do you have an updated tutorial? We're back with that. Okay. Hey, I do a lot of videos that have private links for my clients. Does that hurt my channel anyway? No, Adam, we do the same thing. So yeah, if it's a private link, if it's an unlisted video, if it's just on the back end, no big deal. Only what's public is what performs publicly and what gets suggested and whatnot. So that's not a big deal at all. Is it difficult to have more than one channel? Yes, Mr. Lindsay McDonald, it is difficult to have more than one channel. It's difficult to have more than one anything. I mean, honestly, it's difficult to have more than one business. It's difficult to have more than one wife, I've heard. And so, something about the power of one. There's a book called The One Thing. King Solomon, the Bible, he knew about it too. He said, like, it's better to live on the corner of an attic than with like a cranky wife. I guess he would know. He's like, I had actually many, and it was stressful. You want a bunch of cranky YouTube channels? It's hard enough. A YouTube channel is kind of like a baby too. Just encourage you. Parents would know. What's it like? First of all, you're giving birth to it. So first you get the idea for your YouTube channel. It's exciting at first, kind of no big deal. You're a little bit sick. You throw up the next day. Then you go through this 9-month gestation period of growing your channel, getting sick quite often, excited, but it's kind of crazy. Then this thing, you start posting your videos and kind of so cute, cries a lot though, kind of whiny. You're stressed. You're not really getting any sleep, trying to grow your channel up, mainly just trying to keep it alive for about a year. Then kind of starts to get some momentum, starts walking. Now you're just trying to keep it from killing itself, for the next year. And hopefully you just stay in this and stay sane. And next thing you know, it's 5 or 6 or 7. And he can carry on a conversation with it, and it's making money, as we all do as parents, sending our kids to work right around age 5, which is my plan for my son, Sean Bradley. He's almost there. Relax, Sean, because that's your future. So ultimately, and I mean, hey, I've got 2 kids, and you know what I learned? It's more difficult to have 2 boys at 2 and 4 than it is to have 1. So Mr. Lindsay, you just pick your poison, you do your thing. You start what you want to start. But if there's any lesson I've really learned in my career, it is that less is more and focus is power. All right. Smash like. We got more questions to answer and ask and talk about. Blair, I'm glad you're here. You know what, Vanessa? We're having fun. Are we? I hope. How to have more than one wife channel. It's a great idea. I mean, there's a popular show called Sister Wives, and how many seasons are we in that, right? Sister Wives season 19. What are we talking? Is that true? I didn't know that. Like, I'm just like Googling that right now. 19 seasons. My wife and I were just on vacation, on Orcas Island, and we turned on, all they had was like television, as it would make, but like, and we hadn't watched television in a long time, like cable TV, because we're always on either Netflix or Hulu or something, or YouTube. And so we were just as you do on television, you watch what's on, so like clicking around, and then boom, Sister Wives. Wow. Like the update, like the emotions, the relationships and connections they had together. Listen, let me just say that if that's your situation, Jose, we always talk about find your difference. What's unique about your channel? I mean, it's going to be a more unique channel. If you're like, what's different about your vlog channel? It's like day in the life of 3 wives. That's interesting. It's just a little bit different. Okay, where are we at? We're smashing like, and we're having a good time. I got a little bit more time to answer some questions today, so I'd love if you dropped a question, and more than that, if you touched the YouTube like button gently for the algorithm. Shared this. If you're on LinkedIn or Facebook, thanks for being here. Today's stream is brought to you by vrafam.com. We are in a countdown, my friends, to the final few hours before you will be able to get inside of Video Ranking Academy, our annual membership, and get a channel audit from one of our Think Media coaches with a personalized action plan, with a ticket to our YouTube Money Secrets event that's happening November 8th, and our camera confidence course, Niche Finder, Video Creation Made Simple workshop. It's kind of a lot. You might be like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to wrap my head around it. The move is just to go to vrafam.com and see all the details. And if you have a question about VRA, let me know. Hit it in the comments, and I can tell you about this offer, deadlines, anything else. But there's a link in the show notes and in the YouTube description. Or if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or somewhere, there's probably a LinkedIn in the post. There's a link there. But if not, just type in vrafam.com to a web browser. That stands for Video Ranking Academy Family, vrafam.com. The link is on screen visually right now. And that'll take you to this particular offer. And at the top of the screen, you'll be able to see that there's only 16 hours, 38 minutes, and 31 seconds left to grab this offer. So don't miss it. If you're ready to get serious about YouTube, and specifically, if you're ready to lock arms with us for the best year ever on your YouTube channel and to crush Q4 and Q1, no doubt about it, this next 4 months on YouTube is some of the most strategic months you should ever think about. Well, what do you mean, Sean? Well, I mean, one, holiday shopping, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, e-commerce, all of that gets crazy. But even like, you might be like, that's not my main thing. Well, Halloween topics, Thanksgiving topics, decor, table settings, day in the life, Vlogmas. So that all happens. Like, that's a whole thing. People getting off of work, school, being around, wanting to watch content. You shift your mindset right now. I'm not just going to be a consumer this season. I'm going to be a creator this season. I'm uncomfortable with the lighting right now because the sun is shining. It's just a little overexposed, but that's okay. I'm not just going to be a consumer this season. I'm going to be a creator this season, but it's not just October, November, December, then boom, January. Never are people more ready to make a change, start a new habit, refresh their wardrobe, start a new diet, work on their relationship, clean their closet, organize their pantry, finally get serious about their prepping, finally get serious about learning that new skill, then January 1st. It's the New Year's resolution. So what's the strategic content you're going to be making right now? And if you want help with that, because we have a massive focus on this right now inside of our private community. This isn't just like an online course. This is a membership program with a private community. So if that's right for you, if it's not right for you, no big deal. If you want to lock arms with me and the Think Media team and really build some momentum on YouTube right now, this is the best time to join us at vrafam.com. What are some compact solutions for recording and editing all-in-one portable solutions? Like an iPhone Pro says the mic in a Hollyland Mark II. Yeah, I mean, that's there. If you have a phone and a plug-in Bluetooth microphone with 2 transmitters for you and your guest, because it looks like you have a podcast and whatnot, that's a way to do it. What I would do though is I might look into like the Zoom product line, and also a phone and 1 receiver with the 2 transmitters is like 4 total pieces of equipment. And if your batteries are charged, that's like literally all you need for an audio podcast. But, video podcasting gets a little more complex. And this is probably, well, we're in the middle of Prime Day right now. You might be able to check out some of these things. And Zoom's come a long way. They just keep updating their designs and whatnot. I've used all of these. So if you just want to do 2 microphones, the H4n here is pretty good. You're going to plug in an XLR. There you go. You're going to plug in XLR cables into the inputs there. And then you're going to record on a micro SD card or SD card. And then you would sync that up with your video later. This guy right here, what do we got here? So there's a little smaller, and you can use it as an audio interface. And then you've got your 1 or 2 microphones you could plug in there. And if you want to get crazy, there's other things you could do while on the road. Like there's ones that have 4 inputs and whatnot. Speaking of road, and I said, well, on the road, ROAD. But speaking of road, RODE. And we'll link a couple videos in the description. We just covered like, if you want like a mini guide just for the audio side, you could look at something like this, and you could put multiple mics in the back. I don't know how many does this one have, only 2. And then you have a couple other sources. So there you go. Perfect for 2-person podcasts. Then we also have the Rode video switcher. Some people are not happy that it's only 1080p, but it is a beast. And that is the all-in-one production console. It is awesome. And look at what you could do there. You could be holding up peace signs like these 2 people in a really cool, really pink studio. And so if you wanted to like live switch your video podcast, this is handling audio and video for you. Look at these. Look how fun. Look how much fun these people are having. Do you see what a relaxing and just enjoyable podcast that is? That is the experience you get. I'm just kidding. I love stock photography though. Look how cool. She's got the tattoo, a little bit of, okay, relax. Look at how fun she's having. There has never been a better day to talk about stock price performance of tech companies. And with the Rode video switcher, it's easier than ever before. Okay. So I hope that helps. I mean, different ways. What I would point you to, the content director of the Think Media channel just made an incredible playlist on our Think Media channel on video podcasting. I want to point you to How to Start a Podcast 2024, the ultimate I'm trying to hover over and see if it gets cut off. The ultimate playlist. And so whether that's some of the software, edit, export, microphones, a travel setup, the switcher, how AI tools, how to get guests on your podcast, some microphones, and we'll be adding to this, but that is a freshly updated podcast. Forgive me. That is a freshly updated playlist with our best, most recently curated videos on video podcasting. It's pretty meta for us, meaning us talking about podcasting. This is kind of the glow behind me. What do you think about this shot now? I mean, it's kind of too overexposed, kind of like dreamy a little bit, right? I don't know. Okay. Here we are. If I transfer my TikTok videos to YouTube, does that make any difference? Well, Ashley, I think it's a good idea. If you could use a software like, and you should, because YouTube's going to export them with a watermark, and best practice says YouTube doesn't like that. But no fear. You can use Snaptic to download TikTok videos without a watermark. TikTok video downloader without a watermark. And then upload them. Here's a tip. You also might want to consider doing things like compilations and whatnot. Now, usually people succeed with that with other people's content and honestly stolen content, which is not what I'm recommending, but it is successful. But if you were to go to like a TikTok, see, look at this. This is what people want. They want TikTok mashups, TikTok compilations. The interesting thing though about like a TikTok mashup is this. So I don't even know. This is probably the songs. These are the best songs. Let's go TikTok compilation. Funny dance. So it's like whatever. And again, this is like other people's stuff and people compile other viral videos and whatnot. And that's going to be different than what you're doing. But here's the logic. The logic is, okay, you have the YouTube Shorts option, but watch time is king. Like YouTube wants you to be on platform as long as possible. So if you've got video verticals or video content from any source and you can potentially make a compilation, and even if that turns into an 8-minute or 12-minute video, you know, if your stuff is good and you know your niche and you present it right, that could lead to actually good money, good amounts of watch time, good amounts of new viewership, good amounts of growth. And you're repurposing content you already have. So, you know, an educator, for example, could do like a 30-day challenge on Instagram or TikTok, where like in 30 days, I'm going to teach you how to use CapCut, and you do one thing a day for 30 days. I guess it'd be 30 minutes if they're about a minute each. And then you upload all 30 and maybe edit out like the annoying call to actions, because they're annoying, because if it's an Instagram call to action, it doesn't need to be on there. But then you put the compilation together and it turns out to be a 24-minute and 30-second video, Timecodes chapters, and someone just rapidly learns something. Yeah, that one will work. That'll work. We'll take that. I could barely make long form. Is 3-minute shorts a good idea? Yes. Do you provide channel reviews? Sometimes. Like earlier, we took a question to the gold channel. So subscribe, turn on notifications. I on Coffee with Cannell, a live stream that I do here, I do channel reviews randomly though, right? Randomly. And then there is, though, an opportunity in our group, in our Video Regulate Academy group. We do channel reviews monthly, but in a group setting. So a couple people get queued up to do it, but we're always doing them. So it's like people are constantly getting their channel reviewed there if they show up early and get in the queue. However, we've actually never done this before, included just in our annual membership program of VRA fam. And again, you're like, I'm saying this is not a pitch. It kind of is a pitch, but I'm just answering your question in the sense of like, right now, the annual plan, so you get 12 months of the program, all the other bonuses and everything else, includes not just like a surface level channel review. It includes a legit channel review and a full-on channel audit and action plan, including the low-hanging fruit, like the quick wins, the best way to get views and make money for you, personalized, a personalized YouTube channel audit. So that's actually included right now inside. Mr. Lindsay, I appreciate the love. Cooking for Singles, appreciate the love. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So maybe a simpler way to say it is like, I randomly would do as many channel reviews as I can, but the place we guarantee channel reviews, for example, at this moment is vrafam.com in that special offer. Under the median, Sean, we've done video premieres for our twice a week videos for 3 years. We're tired. We're tired is planning 2 evenings a week around premieres. Is it okay to quit doing premieres? We have like 200,000 subs. Yeah, it's definitely okay to quit them. I don't do them. That's why, because we like to, here's my big thinking. I think premieres are great, but I think the point of a premiere is either one, you like, your audience likes them and they show up and it's all good. But the point of a premiere is like the chance for your audience and you to be together for the release of the video. So in my opinion, the best practice is to do a premiere, and then it'd be like right now, if a video is playing, I could just be in the chat the whole time, you know? And it sounds like that's exactly what Under the Median is doing. Congrats on 200 subs. Congrats on commitment to your audience and showing up and doing it. But yes, I would say we stopped doing them because we like to upload at a strategic time, which is oftentimes like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. And I'm just not trying to have that be like, I have to be there at 4 or 5 in the morning. And even if I am up at that time, which I often am, I find it's not the best start of my day. I'm like already on, just grinding in the live chat, as opposed to starting my day as much as possible, a little bit of silence, prayer, journaling, Bible, make some coffee. So I 100% affirm your self-awareness too, of being like, we're tired, and you might even let your audience, they're like, why don't you premiere anymore? You're like, yo, and they would totally, say that's okay. Yeah, I would assume, you know what I mean? They'd be like, we get it. And then your one other option would be to change the time that you do it. I think it's a great idea. And depending on the channel, it kind of, again, the point is like, it's the movie premiere. It's to be there when the director's there. It's the premiere in LA. And so if you can be present, in my opinion, that's the best way to do premieres. And if you can't be present, don't stress at all. Schedule, upload your video and rest. Okay, listen. I might be able to answer a few more questions, but I'm going to go check to see if my kids are still at home. Just kidding. I'm going to go let my nanny transition here, and I'll come back and let you know either way. What is up, and welcome back to our Q&A here with YouTube tips on how to grow your channel. My name is Sean Cannell. Wrote a book called YouTube Secrets with my friend Benji if we're just meeting, but hey, maybe we've known each other for a while, and I appreciate you being here live on YouTube or Facebook. We're just going to answer a few more questions. My 2-year-old is taking a nap. My 4-year-old is hanging out next to me right here, watching some Noah's Ark, Veggie Tales. And I've got a couple rapid fire questions in me for you, including Delilah. I'm getting some incoming emails from sponsorships and they're asking for a media kit. I have just over 1K subs. How should I approach this? I think one thing you could do is check out Media Kits, the brand. Let's see. Media Kits got acquired. Where did it go? Okay, so it's probably I think it's called Crunchbase now then. So there's a cool website for it, which is kind of nice because it like keeps it updated. Otherwise you could just make it, but okay, it's acquired by Viral Nation. What did they do with it? Or maybe they just, so Viral Nation, oh, maybe they like, okay, you could try to sign up here. I don't know if you're big enough with 1,000 subs. But Media Kits is a really cool tool. So, okay, check out something like that. You might be able to find somebody that helps even micro nano influencers. You also, I noticed here, you might be able to go like Canva and just build your own media kit. I mean, that's what I would, keep it simple and search for media kit. Here's our media kit. We just built it in Canva. And so you got some here, maybe like influencer media kit. But I like the idea of digital, which I guess Canva is digital. You just go fix some things and then you could like put it out there again. So yeah, that's it. There's different ways you could do it. There's some free tools you could probably do it with. There's some web-based tools you could do it with. This is interesting. Like, does it even need to be that many pages? Like, if this is a one-pager, and you just update your followers, maybe your niche, and they just have something to look at, how to get in touch with you. Then maybe you keep the format and, that's it. So yeah, that's a cool opportunity. And the mindset I think too is like, this is all practice. It's all leveling up. So sometimes it's all like, 1.0 version of your media kit, of learning how to do it, of the software. It's the scrappy mindset. It's like you do it today and then you're at 1,500 subscribers and then you're at 3,000, but then it's like your media kit's better. And then there's new software, but like, do it, just jump in, make something. That's my mindset. Scrappy wise when I was like freelance video, Clear Vision Media, back in the day, Marysville, Washington, whenever I would get an opportunity, somebody in an email would be like, so yeah, what are your prices for that thing? I'd be like, $550. They're like, all right, cool. And I'm like, dang, they said yes too fast. And they'd be like, oh, sorry, I don't want to work with you. I'm like, I stayed up all night, like creating a proposal. And they're just like, we're like, no, thanks. But I learned and I grow. And so I think seizing the opportunity, make a media kit. See what you can learn in the process. All right. At what point should I start doing affiliate links? I only have 18 subs. The point you should do affiliate links is about the time that you're getting, let me call it, hundreds of views on videos. I think if you're getting 200 to 300 views on a video, it's interesting. Amazon will approve you almost instantly if you have a solid channel, and then you have to get a qualified sale within 180 days, I believe is the number. And the problem is, though, if you only have 18 subs, you're probably not getting a lot of views. So we just get maybe too distracted on phase 2 income when phase 1 is influence. And I would just focus on like making the best videos possible, getting more views, and not like worrying too much about whether you're signed up or not. But I'd be worrying more about like just dialing in your content, practicing, uploading titles, description, thumbnails, mastering best practices. Do you recommend doing a very personal channel like living and coping with a major depression, or would a channel about your favorite hobby, like flower gardening or cut my flower business. So Sarah, let me just point you to a video, and we'll link this up in the, I'll drop it in the chat. And I just posted this, and it's kind of probably hard to search for and find, but it's the YouTube Bland Blueprint, how small channels can grow fast in a crowded YouTube space. And the way I titled it was YouTube is changing. Here's what actually works. And what actually works is figuring out these 3 circles, as well as what I talk about in part 2 of the video. And that's kind of like the secret weapon of the changes that are happening on YouTube. So anyways, that's in the chat right now. That'll kind of help you dial in your personalized answer to this question. And if anybody else is struggling with your niche or anything, check out that video I just shared in the chat. I make fly fishing short films, and I just recently got monetized, and I'm wondering, what can I do better? I try to improve every video, but I'm curious what might be lacking. So here's my gut reaction. One, when you said I make fly fishing short films, I assumed, and now I assume what I'm seeing here. I mean, DSLR, storytelling, video quality seems awesome. Seems like little mini documentaries, seems like a higher quality vlog, seems awesome. And I could see a year ago, you got 14,000 views, very, storytelling. But here's what I recommend, or just, this is kind of where I lean, is like, the unfortunate things at times about YouTube is what gets rewarded isn't necessarily like the coolest, the best shot, the best music, or the best editing, or any of that. A lot of times it's like, what gets rewarded is the practical and the thing that solves someone's problem. So let's just do a little test. Your most viewed video is 14,000 views. Okay. And let's see. Oh, crispy shots. Somebody else is out there with you. Clearly someone's filming. We got compression on the lens, cuts back, got some editing, DSLR, mirrorless camera, beautiful footage, slow motion. Okay. And that got you 14,000 views. All right. Let's check this out. Let's look in best fly fishing rod and reel. Okay. So this video got 46,000 views. And this guy, this is nice. He's got a little wood background. Okay. Got some, pans down to the reels. But at the same amount of time, he got 3x your views, and you might be able to buy these. Maybe not, though. He doesn't have any affiliate links. I don't know if there's a website for him, but there, you can make more money doing this. And actually, but like, he didn't even have to go outside, which you probably want to go outside. Clearly he does go outside, and there's some B-roll, but it's like a talking head video from, so there's some principles I'm trying to pull out of this, like the complexity of the video, or the art form of the video, the creativity of the video, and all of that doesn't necessarily. So when you say like, how can I make better short films? Another way to put it was like, if you made the greatest fly fishing short film in the world, I mean, if it was the greatest, then it probably, I mean, if it truly was the greatest, then even people who don't like fly fishing would be like mesmerized. But do you get what I mean? Like, even if the story's great and other things, it's just supply and demand. Like, are people trying to watch that? And I think there's absolutely a place for like good storytelling, vlogging, vlog documentaries, all this kind of stuff. But like, like the way we approach YouTube is, I just like the practical side of it. I just like being like, wait a minute, I could like do my research and come up with a video idea, and then like film it at my house and use like some of the photos from my last fly fishing session on my phone, show that, talk about the gear that's already in my garage, and then like get 260,000 views. So then like this guy, let's see. Once again, That's a nice shot. That's a nice studio. That's a nice, that's some, you got a hair light. That's pretty fancy. But again, what is this whole thing? This thing's like talking head, holds product. And this is like, love it or hate it. This is the crazy thing about YouTube. This singular video got 260,000 views. Now you might be saying, Sean, he has 244,000 subscribers. All right, relax. But it's like, just extrapolate the principle. He got 260,000 views from that one video. That, I'm going out on a limb here to say, is nowhere near as complex of your entire library. Like, he just sat at the studio and then like talked about it, and it got 260,000 views. And then your current channel, he got half of your channel's total views in a singular video. Now, this is a self-awareness thing, meaning like, I mean, and then by the way, like you've put in the work, 174 videos. So it's a self-awareness of what do you want to do? Like, I think there's something about mastery. Like if you got a clear vision and you love these stories and you've already been at it for a while and you want to go deeper, well, to me, it's better. It's continuing to study filmmaking and studying storytelling and making better thumbnails and so on and so forth. But it also could be like, what do you want to do? Would you love if more money started coming in for this? Would you love if this was more sustainable? Would you love if this actually funded you, you know, like, and if so, I suppose what we're talking about here is I'm arguing for like an entirely different approach. This is a really cool conversation we're having together, because if we break this down and land the plane, the one question is like, how do I do what I'm already doing and improve that? And what I'm challenging you to say is like, I wouldn't even do what you're doing. I mean, or consider not even doing what you're doing, as opposed, like, how do I improve the path I'm already on versus how do I just think entirely different about my approach? And by the way, you could also do both. It's like, it doesn't have to be entirely different. Like people, these are experiential. People love them. You know, they watch them, they get to know you. But okay, so then the other alternative is, what if you included some like search-based, value-based, teach specific skills, review specific products? And so that's why I am obsessed with like the way we think about in Video Rake Academy. We would say, you know, reverse engineer that first R. Okay, so what am I trying to achieve? Would I like to make more money at this? Do I want to get more views? Do research. Okay, so then what topics, that second R, what topics could I talk about? How should I title it and then outline the video? And then record would be the next R. And now I'm going to just do a talking head video, you know, like, and have the reel there. And I might throw some clips from my phone, but I don't have to make a short film any longer. It's just a different approach for this video that's coming up. And then how do I release it properly? Thumbnail. How do I get the views on it? Review the results, repeat the process. And this also is a way to be like, when people are doing what you're doing, and we've had a lot of people come into our program in a, like we have one student who like got funding and was basically making like HGTV quality mini documentaries, like short films like you're doing at like, they could be put on Hulu. And after going through the program and thinking about like, they wanted the return on investment of their money and they wanted some other stuff. And I was like, bro, some of your videos, like the level of complexity of it, if you shot on your film and talked for 7 minutes with no edit, answering a specific question, that video might outperform that last like masterpiece you just uploaded. It might. And so I'm not really trying to advocate for one or the other, perhaps a mix, but let's go back to the first R, and that's reverse engineer. And reverse engineer is actually like, so what are we trying to achieve here? Are we trying to achieve money, build an audience, build a community? And if we're trying to achieve like, no, it's like, I want to document my journey and tell these stories. Well, then keep making them better. But kind of like, I mean, there's a reason our company's called Think Media, because we're asking you to think different. Let me know if you have any feedback on that. It's a really good question. I appreciate you. What's the best way to stack watch hours organically? I mean, the best way to stack watch hours organically is with a ranked video. Sean, relax. Like, you're really, really hitting your program here. You're right, because it's the best YouTube education program in the world, and because it's the best way to stack organic watch hours. VRA.com, on sale now, a few hours left. Link in the description. But here's why. Is like, I just did a new series of videos, and I posted one of these videos. I shot them in my office here. I posted one of these videos on August 28th. August, September, October. So like what, 40 days ago or something like that? Okay. So that video got 10,000 hours of watch time so far. And by the way, it's a ranked video. So let's talk later. This video is at 64,000 views now, and we'll probably be at 120,000 in a couple more months. Oh, Sean, it's easy to, that's really rude. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what you're saying, but like, easy for you to say, you uploaded. Okay. But it's not easy for me to say, because I had to build up my YouTube channel from zero, just like everybody does. And the same thing I did then is what I am doing now. It's like, I want to post videos today that get views for years after I post them. So I'm not trying to just hammer the same thing, but also this concept, maybe you've heard about it before, but sometimes it takes a moment for the light bulb to click. Let me answer the question directly. What's the best way to stack watch hours organically? One strategic, long form, high quality ranked video. Because one ranked video could get you 10,000 views, 10,000 watch hours. One video, it's almost to the 1,000 subscribers you need. So this singular video would just meet all monetization terms. But then you might go, well, I'm starting from scratch. Like, I don't have, and so, okay, then let's do 5 of those. Let's do 22 of those with smaller, you know, this one did 2,000 watch hours. This one did 1,500 watch hours. In summary, tactically, long form. Let's call it around 12-minute videos, 12 to 24-minute videos that aren't fluff, but are quality. Researched, like topics people care about that have evergreen value to them. People want to keep watching them. More care put into the video. I'm kind of assuming you've done some level of volume of like practicing and learning your skills, but now it's time to dial in quality a little bit. And then keep doing it. And sometimes I think what we do, though, is at some point it's like we try to make death by 1,000 cuts. Like, we're just grinding, uploading massive videos. And I just want to make a point that one ranked video could be worth 1,000 mediocre videos. And even what we just learned from the channel of fly fishing, one simple video that like answers a specific question could be worth like the wrong video. And I'm not saying your channel's right or wrong on the fly fishing, but just saying one, like perhaps, okay, one really high effort, lots of editing, lots of music, lots of all of that, but like that's not strategic and not positioned around like what people's intent of what they desire, might get 1,500 views and take you a month to create or a week to create, versus one really strategic video simply shot on your phone and positioned properly might get double that and only take you an afternoon to create. YouTube's interesting. There's like a lot of different ways you could be investing your time and your energy. So that's why we're just obsessed with like, we just keep working our 7R system. This is what we do on every channel, whether it's a video podcast, whether it's a YouTube short, we just keep working the system. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. We just keep working the system. So we think about it this way. And that's how I would do it. Vanessa says, I make faith-based content and I'm trying to figure out my thumbnails. Do you think I should make them all the same style and color? I do feel like my thumbnails are all over the place. Kyle, we're landing the plane. I know you got a life and I've got a kid. But I got 2 kids, you know, but 2 options on this. There's kind of unlimited options because it's YouTube and you could be creative. But my friend Evan Carmichael does like compilations of like famous people, Oprah and stuff like that, like her top 10 rules for success. You want to come up and say hi?
That's Daddy's office. That's okay.
Yeah, it's Daddy's office. You want to come up and say hi?
That's Daddy's office.
Okay. Oh, on the phone. Yeah, that's true. So notice this. His thumbnails have a theme. They got a little logo. That's his logo in the corner, a little paper airplane. You could see the black, white, yellow. Come here. Come here, sit by me. Okay. Come on up here. You don't want to say hi to everybody? Stream's getting interesting. So that's number 1. You could do, you know, branded, or number 2 is don't. Make them similar and branded together, or don't make them similar and brand them together. So here, come on up here. We gotta land the plane, son.
I can't sit on it. My phone is.
That's my phone.
I do. I know. I need Noah's Ark on the phone.
Noah's Ark? All right, we'll get Noah's Ark, bro. All right. You ready? Let's go Noah's Ark. And okay. Go over here. Watch it, okay? Thank you. As we land the plane, you know, if you look at us, we're not that. I mean, we have like a style, but it's all over the place. We are experimenting, trying things, trying new styles. We go through different eras. So I don't know if that was a profound answer, but it's like, do you think I should make them all the same style and color? And I mean, it's also, here's the third answer. So you either go like the Evan Carmichael, like they're kind of the same vibe. They match. You got a little logo in the color. Like that's one option. The other option you have is like, it's just kind of all over the place. But I think kind of the third option is it's also like seasonal, but like make a brand. And maybe it's a hybrid. So it's like, I think about, what's your favorite clothing brand? You know, there's 119 people here. I'd love to know. Like, do you even care? Do you have a favorite clothing brand? Is there a particular brand you have an affinity with? One of the things I've noticed is like one of my favorite clothing brands is called, like, for example, Zane Robe. And they're in Australia. And so Zane Robe it's pretty minimal. They don't really like have their logo typically on stuff and whatnot. But what's kind of funny about it is like, this is one of the trends that's happening right now is like this crop trend. So this would be a crop shirt, shorter, which is actually the opposite of what it used to be for them, which was long line. It'd actually be like, you know, long line. The other trend that's happening right now is, did y'all know that baggy's back, right? So baggier pants, baggier shorts, baggier hoodies kind of have always been there. But even they used to have these more skinny joggers. Now it's more baggy. These baggier pants here. Here you go. Some carpenter pant beige, you know, cargos. So Sean, where are you going with this? I guess I'm going that like they do have a consistent brand, but they evolve with trends. They evolve with their take on where like macro kind of streetwear trends are going. And I think if you call it, if we simplify it into like just jeans, I don't know if y'all noticed, a lot of us here probably don't even care, but it's like we went from the pendulum is like from skinny to like bell bottoms and baggy. And like what's in right now is like what was in when I was in high school, like Osiris shoes, baggy jeans, cargo pants, and I'm here for it. In fact, like, just the stream is so unhinged. Can we we talk about my cargo pants here? So dumb. I got some baggy cargo pants on. What's my point? I'm excited that I'm in high school again. I'm 40 years old, midlife crisis, and I just ordered some cargo pants off PacSun for $29 2 weeks ago. I'm having the time of my life. What's the point? Sean, what does this have to do with thumbnails? A lot. So it's just that you might have a brand, you kind of might have an anchor. You would think about these different stores. Did anybody answer the question about their favorite? Jorts are back. Exactly. They are. They just are. I don't know if I'm going to do I don't know if I can take it to the jorts. Yeah. North Face is always not all probably similar, but there's different iterations. So there's like an anchor to the brand, but there's different seasons, different colorways, maybe different things. So my point is that you might go through a season where your thumbnails have a look, and then you might pivot. And that's the freedom of YouTube. Is like, if people, sometimes too, it might be your face that is the consistent thing. That's the personal brand that is consistent. Evan Carmichael's got the little paper airplane, but he's really not the brand of the channel. It's all these other people. Sometimes the most consistent thing is like, one day Sean's wearing no hat. One day he's wearing a lot of blank hats. Sometimes he's wearing think hats. But like, I'm still my face. I don't know. And so we're probably overthinking this at this point, kind of. But that would be the thing. It'd be like, yo, pick a style and a color and consistency. And I like the feedback that somebody had here. Is branding is a good conversation if you can tie into that. If there's something about it in a world where it's hard to stand out, where like there's something recognizable about you, or there's something consistent, then it does make it easier for people to click on the thumbnail. But there's a counter argument to almost every argument. And I think Media Podcast Channel is doing pretty good. And I think there are maybe some similarities, but we're going all over. And here, like, let's talk about this though. You know that one of the trends right now is anti-YouTuber best practices. What does that mean? It means like stoic, less YouTuber face in this era, and like no words, no, just photos, just like, so while normally we have some designed, and you got the thumbnail split tool. So if you were to check out like Cody and Co, of course, he's got a certain vibe and whatnot. I mean, what's his thumbnails right now on a live streams? I need Cody and Co. What are they? There you go. So this is he's a massive creator and has built a brand, and the title is definitely going to carry a lot of weight there. But if we talk about thumbnail theory and stuff, there's different things that come into it. He's clearly the personal brand. The emotion on his face could be interesting. But there's definitely some nuggets to take out of this thumbnail conversation that we're having here. And I see Darlene said here, a good summary. My thumbnails are branded, as I love that it can be recognized. And that's a great idea if you can, stand out. There's also something, that's good points, good takeaways. All right, listen, it's getting unhinged in here. I'm wearing baggy cargo pants. I think I'm back to my skateboard days in high school, and Kyle's trying to go to dinner. So let's land the plane with like 1 or 2 questions here. I have 1 or 2 announcements here, but if you got any value today, can you hit the like button? And thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And let me know if there's any takeaways or action items you want to implement from what we learned today together. Announcement. There is only a few hours left. 15 hours to be exact, to join Video Ranking Academy with the special bonuses. You could get your Video Ranking Academy course and coaching bundle at vrafam.com. And you will see the best offer we have ever put together. If you go there, there's a link in the show notes or in the chat. Hit that link. This is the complete step-by-step YouTube growth system. You're going to get access to the Video Ranking Academy members area. Not just the beginner course, but also the advanced course is all included in this. You will have daily peer-led feedback and Q&A, a very active community, and then some bonuses. The Video Creation Made Simple workshop, the YouTube Money Secrets live event. November 8th, we're doing a private online event called YouTube Money Secrets, how small channels are earning big money right now. And the Steal Our YouTube playbook, case studies, PDF, and personalized YouTube channel audit is included if you take the annual option. You're going to love this program. And so if you're serious about YouTube right now, encourage you to check this out. And to be clear, one of the things, this channel audit thing that we've added, this is a big deal because, we have 31 team members at Think Media. So we're different than a lot of the other companies out there. If there's other YouTube educators or people you follow, like we have a real faculty of staff, of coaches we've trained. They've got their own channels. And so if you do the annual subscription, you get a YouTube channel audit from a Think Media coach, no extra charge, it's included. This includes a personalized report, optimization strategies, a step-by-step action plan that'll help you gain clarity, momentum, and achieve your best year ever on YouTube. You're going to learn exactly what's working on your channel, what to work on next, your opportunities and next best videos to make, along with a video of your coach reviewing your mapped out plan and explaining exactly what you need. When you join today at vrafam.com, you will then be able to get in the queue for your channel audit to happen. But you might say, Sean, I don't really have much of a channel to audit yet. I'm a newer creator. I don't have very many videos. No big deal. You'll be locked in to use this when you're ready. So you could use it in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or whatever you want to do. You can get your channel ready, get some videos updated, because if we're going to audit your channel, we will want to look at your channel. And if you're like, well, that's kind of what I want help with, well, that's what's cool. This program, when you join at vrafam.com, we schedule a welcome call with you. So you actually jump on a welcome call again with our team to get clarity on, well, hey, I actually started my channel. Which one should I start? So you just know, like, oh, okay. How about you do this, 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 and then in 3 weeks, let's do this. And it's personalized to you. So just so you know, there's about 15 hours left on this special offer. We've never included a YouTube channel audit in this offer before. It's not like false scarcity or hype or anything. I'm very excited about this. We're deeply committed to you getting results and helping you win on YouTube. We're on a mission to help 1 million purpose-driven people create a full-time living doing what they love while making a difference in the world with YouTube. And if you go to this page, you'll see the countdown clock. You could see what are the different niches, stories from our students inside of here, the different options on the plans. And you can also see frequently asked questions, which are all on here. And so you might have a question or two about that. You could go to the page. And remember, this is backed by 100% satisfaction, risk-free Think Media guarantee. So you have total peace of mind to check out the program. So that's called, that's at vrafam.com if you want to check all of that out. Do you have any questions about VRA? Let me know. Melissa's also here if you have any questions, answering some of your questions. And let's see, super simple marketing. Seriously, VRA was the greatest course I ever bought. Appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much. And thanks for being a part of the VRA fam. And let's see. Yes, I love that you're all taking actions. Retitle my title, like Melissa said. Titles are a big deal. Taryn, I appreciate you. Okay, I'll hit like 1 or 2 questions here. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, the phone is no, the phone is turned off.
That's my mortgage lender. Let me say I'm going to call you. Can I call you in a second? I just said I'll call him back. Rates are dropping, but they're going back up. Are we refinancing? I don't know if I want to now. Rates are going back up. Poor. The audacity that my mortgage lender has to interrupt my son watching YouTube Kids. Where even are we at? There's so much chaos all around me. I don't even know what's happening. Code of Future, even though you guys don't recommend it, Udemy Courses and my coding niche seem to get great traction even for small channels. Worth experimenting rather than Kajabi like you guys. Yeah, I mean, not anti-Udemy. I think it's just you don't also, I don't believe you can get your contacts right. You can't, they're not your customers. I'm not sure, maybe you can send them a message, but you don't have their email addresses. So what if you want to do something else? So, and then also I know if they promote it, they take a cut, there's different percentages. I wouldn't even say I'm anti it. I just would say it's smart to think things through. There's self-awareness is a superpower. You might be like, listen, I just don't want the headache. I don't really want to, I just want it as simple as possible. And I'm willing to pay the fees. Okay. That's really powerful self-awareness. Or you might go, no, I'm willing to actually, learn a few skills and just do the work. And I would rather use something like Kajabi because my vision for the next couple of weeks, months, years, well, then it might be worth considering short-term versus long-term. Could you make other things in the future? But also respect, if that's already working for you, my journey, I've done ebooks on Amazon, YouTube for Churches was what it was called. And I've built different email lists. I've used MailChimp and GetResponse. And the one we use today, Kajabi, we used Kajabi for a long time. And now we use ActiveCampaign and HubSpot. And I mean, so the evolution of where you host it and what you do it, here's what I would say. Take massive action. You cannot steer a parked car. Get moving. Just try it. Get wisdom. And we're here to help. So that's why you're on a Q&A like that. But get wisdom. Because it's nice to not be like, shoot, I really wished I would have been on one of Sean's streams 6 months ago. I think there's something about but there's a point where we overthink. So it's you'll learn on Udemy. And if you had a course out on Udemy and learned for a while and made some money with it, and then Kajabi was the next move, sequencing. Chess grandmasters don't just think 1 or 2 moves ahead. What are the next 5, 10, and 15 moves in your YouTube career and in your online business? Udemy could be the right thing for today. But how does that tie into looking down the road? And we're here to help you with that. Well, listen, I'm going to call my mortgage lender back, who's trying to really get me to refinance right now. Even though bond prices and the jobs market are something, what's happening? We went up 6.5 basis points. I missed that lock. But the good news is, future is bright on YouTube. My name is Sean Cannell, your guide to building a profitable channel. I want to thank you for being on the stream today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me for 2 hours and 9 minutes. I just want to shout out the Think Media team that's here listening to me. Thanks to Kyle and Melissa, but also to the whole team. They've been working really hard when we do challenge weeks and all this other stuff. And everything we do here does not happen alone. It takes a whole team. Amen. Do both. Hey, Melissa. And I appreciate you for being, that's right, best year ever on YouTube. Future is bright. But until next time, my name is Sean Cannell, your guide to building a profitable YouTube channel. And we will talk soon. Peace.